Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I hope everybody had a fantabulous week this week. Myself, I had a great week. No complaints here. I'm going to get right into my message today. This message came to me as I was lying in bed this morning praying and just thinking about different things that I have encountered throughout my life so far. The things that were the building blocks to create me to the person that I am today. What I want to talk about is the fact that every action does not require a reaction, meaning everything that somebody does to you does not have to be responded to. Everything that someone says about you does not have to be addressed. It's better if we don't address those things. It's better if we don't respond to naysayers or to negative opinions of us. It's better that way. I do know that it's challenging. It's very, very challenging not to say anything. It's harder to keep quiet, and it's much more easier to say something than it is to keep quiet about the things that people may say about you that may place you in a negative light or make people form negative opinions of you. I know it. We want to come to the rescue and just save the day and say, no, that's not true, or why you're saying this, but the whys and the rebuttals, that's not something that we need to focus our energy and our attention on. What we need to focus our energy and our attention on is where we're going in our lives. We're climbing, if we're climbing uphill, we're going uphill, and at the top of the hill is success and everything that we ever desired in our lives. The people at the bottom of the hill start throwing rocks at us. They start throwing rocks at us. They start yelling obscenities and yelling things like you're never going to make it to the top, or you're not as good as you think you are, whatever they may be yelling. Whatever they're yelling is something negative. In order for us to address the people that are at the bottom of the hill that you are climbing up, is for you the only way that you can address them is if you stop what you're doing, take your focus off of where you're going, and turn around and look down to them to address them. And if you really want to get in their face, you're going to have to go back down to the bottom of the hill and then you have to turn around and start all over again. So all the progress that you have made has been basically for naught, because you got to start all over again, because you didn't have to, but you made the choice to stop, turn around, and go address these people who have no desire to climb up the hill and get to success. And really, I mean, when you look at it metaphorically speaking, as far as you're climbing up the hill and the people are at the bottom, you just say, okay, wow, do you know how much energy it takes to climb? It takes more energy to climb upward than it does to go down. You could just slide down, but to climb up, it requires more muscle. It requires more resilience, more strength, more vision, it requires more to move up. So if you have climbed up so far with all of your might, why? Why would you stop in your tracks to go down to address something that you clearly don't need to address? Another way of looking at this is to picture a number line. When we were students at school, our math professors would give us examples or problems that required the use of number lines, especially when it came to graphing. In the middle of the number line was the number 0. That was in the middle. That was right in the middle of the number line. To the left of the number line, it was -1, -2, -3, and so on. To the right of the negative line, there were 1, 2, 3, 4 positive numbers. That's to the right. For instance, picture yourself on a number line. You're on the number line. You are on cloud 9 on the number line. Number 9 plus 9. You are in the positive side of the line. Somebody who is on the left of the zero, way down number 9, 10, negative number 9, negative number 10, negative 11, and the more further away from number 9 they are, the more negative they are. To For someone that's way down there on the negative side of the number line to yell at you, you ain't nothing. Who do you think you are? Nobody likes what you're doing anyway. You way here on number 9. For you to even hear them, you got to be close. You got to come closer to the zero, because really you shouldn't even be able to hear all that when you on cloud 9. You shouldn't even be able to hear all that was going on the negative side. But if you decide that, okay, let me go over here and see what they're talking about. Let me go over there and tell them something about themselves. Let me go. You got to turn around. You got to go to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You closer to them now because you paying them some attention over there on the left side of the number line. On the negative side. That don't make no sense. It makes no logical sense that if you're up here, you're addressing the people down there. Don't worry about the people down there. The people down there is plenty of people down there. They conglomerate together. They conspire together. They have meetings. They have meetings about you and me and everybody else who's on number 9 or higher. That's what they do. Why would the people, me and you and everybody else who's climbing up the numbers, who's climbing up the hill, why would we stop and address that? The only thing that we're talking about, all of us that's on cloud 9, we talking about how we gonna get higher. How we gonna get higher. We're not throwing any rocks at one another. We're not saying anything negative to one another. Our focus is on climbing up. Our focus is on climbing up. We're not, worried about what's going on the other side of the number line or down at the bottom of the hill. We cannot get to where we are destined to be in life if we worry about what people say. We can't. Recently, someone told me that someone said that my music was garbage. I had two choices. I could get angry and defend myself, or I could say, okay, that person is, he's on the other side of the number line. He's at the bottom of the hill. So why, I had two choices. My choice was my first thought was your first instinct is going to be always to defend yourself in a situation like that. But I realized that no matter who you are, no matter what you do, someone will find disapproval. Somebody won't like what you do, and that is okay. In his eyes and to his ears, it may be garbage. Everything that I do may be garbage. But that's his opinion. His opinion, a person's opinion is not your truth. That's not your truth. So, I mean, that's his opinion. It may be his truth. So anybody can feel any way about you that they may so ever please. Let them have that. So I had two choices. I could either defend myself, I could say something bad about him, or I could simply say, well, that's fine. That's fine. So what I chose on the real, what I really, really chose is to address the fact that of the reason why that particular person had something negative to say about me. And I had my opinion. and I voiced that opinion as to why he would say such a thing, and why he would have such a negative opinion of who I am. But his opinion of me did not affect what I do. I'm not, the next time I go into the studio, I'm not going to try extra harder to make a hit so that he can be pleased. No, just for the one person that doesn't like what you do, is 100 more that do. So what I chose to do in my life is turn away from the ones, the number ones in life, the zeros and the ones. I turn away from all that and I look to the hundreds. I look to the hundreds. The people who pay attention to me, I pay attention to them. If you don't like what I do, okay, you're entitled to that. You're entitled to your opinion. You can turn your head, you can plug your ears, you can close your eyes if you don't want to see me, but I'm still going to be here. And the people who like, love, and appreciate the things that I do and enjoy the things that I do, that's what my focus is on. I'm not worried about anybody. And this is the God's heaven truth. I don't worry about anybody who does not celebrate me or does not appreciate me or has something negative to say about me. I don't worry about them. I don't worry about them at all. Another thing, as far as metaphorically speaking, about the negative side and the down at the bottom of the hill side. Imagine yourself as a bank account. You're a bank account, and you have millions of dollars, inside of you. Your bank account, your balance is a million plus. And then here come a bill. Here come a bill, a $200 bill. When I say a bill, I don't mean um, the denomination of a money. I mean like a power bill or a utility bill, something like that. You have $1 million inside of you, and here come this penny ante $200 power bill. Okay, deposit the bill, pay the bill out of that million. And look at how much more money you still have left. I mean, just I walk around every day feeling like $1 million. The things that people say to me does not depreciate my value. I know what my value is. I mean, I know what my value is. At one point in my life, I had no clue. I didn't know what my value was. I didn't know. I thought I was worth what people told me I was worth. We got to know our value. We got to stop paying attention to people who don't pay attention to us. Let's put our focus on the ones who are. Don't worry about who didn't come to the party. Celebrate the ones who did. Don't worry about the people who didn't come to your rescue in your time of need. Place your focus on the people who did, the people who were there, because everybody has their reasons for doing the things that they do. I believe that negative people, we are born with temperaments. We are born with temperaments, and temperaments are hereditary. They are passed down through generations from our mothers and from our fathers and from our ancestors. Some people are born on the negative side of the number line, and they have to do hard. They have to work harder to get their positivity up. Some people are less compassionate. Some people are less compassionate, but that does not make them bad altogether. They may have some other really really great qualities within them, So because you're going through a situation and you don't feel as though the person that you thought would be there for you wasn't there, and maybe that's not something that they're good at. They're not good at being compassionate. But when you need to speak to them, they're always there for you. So we have to look at the good in a person. Look in the good in any situation and focus on that the more than you focus on anything negative. I hope and I pray that something that I said was able to enlighten you, to strengthen you, or to give you insight into life, living, and dealing with people. Because these are the things that I have prayed upon, I have studied, I have read books. People go to the bookstore and they pick up books about romance. No, I pick up books about me and how I can be a better person. So the things that I read, the things that God has revealed to me through prayer is what I share with you all. I hope that everybody have a fantastic weekend, have a great Friday, and just enjoy life. Encourage and inspire someone else. Have a great weekend.